What's up, everybody? First day of Division 1.6 Last Stand DLC update, and I put together a nice PvP build, and it's working really good. It's actually the same build I was running in 1.5 and the PTS. However, I changed a couple of things. I'll go over the entire build here. I guess we'll start first with the set pieces, and I'm running 4-piece DeadEYE, 2-piece Nomads. For my chest piece, this is actually something that I'd like to change. I can't currently, and I don't have a spare, but ammo capacity, health, and health on kill. PvP enemy armor damage is not nearly as good as it used to be, since enemy armor is capped at 35%. So I'd like to get either a DeadEYE or Nomad chest piece with health on kill, health, and ammo capacity. My firearms is 4769, stamina 6874, and very low electronics 2936. Now, this doesn't need to be like this, and you can kind of mix and match them to your liking, whether you want to have more firearms, more electronics, or more stamina, but I find this works really good for me. One thing I've noticed is in Last Stand, it's always normalized, so all of your main stats are going to be maxed out no matter what. You're going to have max armor, max main stats on everything, so the amount of main stat you have is much less important now. As far as mask, I used to run enemy armor damage, but now I'm running health on kill. Another good stat here could be skill power or crit chance, depending on your build. If it's DeadEYE, you don't want crit chance, but I like health on kill, so I'm going to advocate health on kill everywhere you can get it. And mine is in the firearms attribute here. Now, knee pads. I'm running DeadEYE knee pads with stamina. They've got the major attribute right now is crit damage. Most people would run health. Health is pretty much best in slot unless you're running DeadEYE. The reason why is because 8% crit damage equals 8% overall damage increase. And the health, I can get like 16,000 health, which is nice and everything, but that's only like 4.5% of my total health. So for me with DeadEYE, crit damage is what I have on my knee pads. The other option would be health. Depends on what you're going for. It's also got damage to elites and increased kill XP, which doesn't really matter in PvP. Backpack. Got a DeadEYE backpack here with ammo capacity and health. I can't actually change this one. My armor roll was already there, so I rolled it to health. And it has stamina. So I'd like to actually get one of these and drop the health and go with crit damage, just because. I like the damage, man. And I don't think I'd be missing out too much with only, 13 to 16,000 health. Again, that's only about 4.5% of my total health. So it's not a huge deal. But this is how I have it right now. Might change that up to crit damage, or at least try it with crit damage. I might have a backpack that I could do it with. Doesn't look like it. Oh, we got one right here. I've got a crit damage one that I could roll this electronics to stamina and give it a test. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But it doesn't have the ammo, which might suck. Although in the Last Stand, ammo is dropping like crazy. Now, gloves. I'm running a firearms pair of gloves with marksman rifle damage, really important. Critical hit damage, really important. And health on kill. I used to have damage to elites here, which turned into enemy armor damage. And now it's health on kill. And I prefer the health on kill. I have another pair of gloves that I'm going to give a try here. What do we got? Where are they? I think they might be in my stash, so it doesn't really matter, but this is what the stats you want to go for is marksman rifle, crit hit damage, and health on kill for your gloves. And these are Nomad. If you guys didn't know, I should have showed what the DeadEYE set did, but 2-piece Nomad is 15% health on kill, and that is a lot, man. I think I've got just over 30% health on kill around, and it's a big difference. So with DeadEYE, the 2-piece bonus is initial bullet stability. Never quite figured out what that does, but yeah. 3-piece bonus is 20% marksman rifle critical hit damage. This is really nice. This equates to a 20% bonus damage when using DeadEYE zoomed in. The 4-piece bonus is what makes this set. When zoomed, marksman rifles lose headshot bonus, but they gain 100% critical hit chance. So every shot you do while zoomed in is a crit. Now, you don't want to aim for the head with this unless it's the only thing available, because it doesn't matter if it's a headshot or a body shot. It's going to be the same amount of damage. And in PvP, I'm hitting anywhere from 40 to 46,000 usually. And that's a lot. That's a lot of damage for how fast I can fire this gun. There's going to be some clips of me using it at the end of this video if you want to see it in action, how effective it is. And it just shreds. Now, I got a holster here. New stat on this holster is reload speed. 21% reload speed is really good. And when you're using a marksman rifle, it helps a lot because the reload speed is pretty long on this, and you'll empty your 20-something rounds real quick with this build. Now, with the normalized, it doesn't really matter. Just a holster with reload speed is all you really need. Now, you could go health there, but I went reload speed. As far as guns, my God Roll Paratrooper, it doesn't really matter what SVD you have. I have a Paratrooper. I use that because it has higher base damage. Both of these have actually the same stats, both guns I wear. Deadly, Sustained, Destructive, Destructive, Sustained, Deadly. This one's got a little bit better mods on it. I carry both just in case I need to switch, and if I do switch, I don't have a gun that doesn't work properly. Like an assault rifle does not work good with this build. So, important stats here is not headshot damage. It doesn't matter what your headshot damage is on these guns. You just need an SVD with this build. You can do the build with other marksman rifles, but the way I play with this is I move a lot and I shoot a lot, and the SVD is the only marksman rifle in the game that you can shoot at its max rate of fire accurately and hit things at mid-range. The other guns, they shoot all over the place. So you got to be a little bit more precise with them and take time in between shots. Now, Deadly is number one what you want on this gun. Its critical hit damage is increased by 15%. Sustained, I think, is the number two that you want on this gun. Another thing that might work good instead of Sustained would be Predatory. But I really like the Sustained in this game mode, since our heals are no longer nearly effective as they used to be with low electronics. And then I have Destructive on it. I'm actually going to re-roll this to Unforgiving. Oh wow, I forgot to do this. I'm going to re-roll this to Unforgiving because Destructive isn't that important right now. So I just realized I actually have, I was talking about this gun today, I have the God roll that I wanted, which is Unforgiving, Deadly, and Sustained. I didn't even realize I had it. Holy crap. Now, Destructive used to be way better than it is now, at least for PvP, but since PvP's armor is capped at 35% mitigation, Destructive is way less effective. I didn't even notice a damage decrease when I dropped a few pieces of enemy armor damage off my build. So I'm actually going to re-roll this Destructive here into Unforgiving. And if you guys don't know what Unforgiving does, let me just, maybe there's one. Unforgiving. Missing a health segment increases your damage. One missing segment, 10%. Two missing segments, 25%. So if I'm doing like a 1 versus 1 fight and my health is dropping down low, Unforgiving will win you the fight, because when you get down in that low amounts of damage, all of a sudden you're just doing insane amounts to the other guy. So I'm actually going to re-roll this gun here from Deadly, Sustained, Destructive to Deadly, Sustained, Unforgiving. And then this one will just be how it is. As far as mods, these are real important on the DeadEye build. The only scope that I recommend is the C79. Apparently, they've made it so that the other zoom scope, or the non-zoom scopes like the red dots, don't work with this, but I've had reports saying that they still work. This is the only zoom scope with crit damage, and it's a little weird at first, but once you get used to this scope, it's actually really good, even in close quarters. It's not the greatest, but I win fights close quarters all the time with this gun and this scope. Once you get used to this build, it's alright. It's a little weird, though. I definitely don't really enjoy how clunky the build feels, but man, it pays off. I'm using a suppressor with crit damage, accuracy, and stability. The crit damage being the most important stat on that. Same with the scope. Accuracy and stability always helps. And then I'm using a underbarrel with crit damage, accuracy, and stability. Stats you don't need on this are headshot damage. You don't need crit chance. You don't need any of that. It's crit damage, accuracy, stability is what you should be prioritizing here. And on your scope, rather than crit chance, go for optimal range, because optimal range will give you more of a benefit than crit chance, which gives you no benefit. Same with headshot damage. Magazine, I go with a magazine size, reload speed, crit damage. The important ones here are magazine size and crit damage. You can only get 4 on a mag, but still, that's 4% damage. That's actually pretty damn good, considering that all of your shots will be crits. Reload speed is one of the options you can have. You can have crit chance, which would be pointless, and you can get rate of fire, which doesn't make a big difference on a low rate of fire gun like the SVD. When I get a good version, I'm going to try my secondary as the Historian. They changed the Historian's talent. Each bullet embeds itself in the target and detonates 1 second later for 700% of your total firearms. So right now, I'm just under 5,000 firearms. That would be almost 35,000 damage extra per shot. That's a lot, considering this gun hits pretty damn hard, 40,000 base damage. It's not quite as much base damage as the SVD, but it still has some decent amount of base damage. So the downside of this gun is it doesn't have an underbarrel, which means you're missing out on 20% crit damage, and that's quite a bit. I do think that explosion is going to make up for it, though. I'm positive that the explosion will make up for it. This is probably the most deadly gun for DeadEye if it's in the right hands. But the problem with this M1A is that you have to time your shots much slower. Otherwise, you're shooting all over the place. Has a higher rate of fire, but you can't fire accurately at that rate of fire. So once I get a good Historian, I'm going to try to incorporate it into this build, but I don't have one right now. The one I have sucks really bad and would never use it. What I would want on a Historian would be Deadly Sustained, Deadly Predatory, or Deadly Unforgiving. And that would be pretty awesome. Now, let's see what else here. Am I missing something? Let's go over my character stats here. We already went over the main stats. We've got 146% crit damage. That's pretty damn good. Headshot damage doesn't matter. What's here? Let's see. We got health on kill. This is a really important stat. I have 29% currently. I'm trying to add 5% more on my chest, which will bring me up just over 33%. It'll put me to 34%. Now, even if I have 33%, 34, that's going to be an entire health segment. You've got 3 segments of health here. Once I get this over the 33 mark, every kill will heal me for an entire bar. And that is a lot of health, man. Lot of health. I have a total of 257,000 health. And right now, healing 30% of that, that's around 75,000 health. I don't know what it is exactly. I'm just going to call it 75,000. It's near that. And that's a lot of health. My skills that I use, unfortunately, are really weak now. They nerfed low skill power quite a bit with this update. I still use booster shot. I use it primarily for the damage increase. This gives you 15% damage. It also, they nerfed it. It only gives you 7.5% damage reduction. But hey, it's better than nothing. I use this more as a damage buff than a heal, because it only heals me for 38,000 health. That's not much. I mean, I get 1 kill and it heals me for twice that amount. So this skill here you could replace with pretty much anything. I choose this just because it gives me the extra damage and damage reduction, and it has saved me. That little bit of a heal does help, even though it's very minor. It does help. The other skill I use is Pulse, and for the first time I use Recon Pack, and I'll show you why. I used to run Tactical Scanner, but they nerfed it. As you can see here, even with Pulse... Oh, I forgot to show you guys my mods. I'll show you after this. My performance mods are all Pulse critical hit damage. Really important. Even with 8% Pulse critical hit damage total in all my mods, it only gives me 17.6 crit damage. The crit chance doesn't matter in this. With a 60-meter range, 20-second duration, and a 56-second cooldown. Now this one here, Recon Pack, has an 80-meter range. So you got 20 extra meters on the range. And it has a 38-second cooldown. That's almost 20 seconds faster of a cooldown compared to Tactical Scanner. And the only drawback is I'm losing, what is it? 1.2% crit damage. That's like nothing. 1.2% damage to get my scan back up 20 seconds faster and have a wider range. So this is a no-brainer here. You could also run the Scrambler, which will hide you and your allies from pulses, which is really good. It has a slower cooldown as well from the tactical scanner with 51 seconds, with even less crit damage though. So for me, this one right here is where it's at. I've never really used this before, but I'm sticking with it for now. As well as my talents, let's see here. What do we run here? Critical save, it got nerfed. It used to be 40%, it's now 20%, but hey, it's still worth it. 20% is 20% better than none. You use this when you get into one segment, and you'll have 20% damage reduction. I use Strike Back, reach low health to reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. This is actually quite nice. When you reach that low health, all your skill cooldowns jump. So say you were really close to getting a heal, but you didn't quite have it. If you get hurt, all of a sudden, boom, cooldown might jump in and you might be able to get your heal off. I've been saved a lot by Strike Back. The other one I run is Steady Hands. You enter cover to reduce recoil for 25% for 10 seconds. I don't usually use this in cover. What I do is I pop into cover and get out of it real quick, and now you have really good stability for 10 seconds. The only downside is it doesn't refresh itself, so you've actually got to let it wear off before you pop into cover again. And then the other one I run is On the Move. Kill a hostile while moving to reduce incoming damage by 15% for 10 seconds. This works good in the new PvP mode for either killing NPCs, or you just shoot them on the ground. They nerfed the health amount on the ground, thank God. Things die quickly on the ground now. You don't have to dump 8 shots with your sniper rifle into them on the ground to kill them. I think it's about half the amount of health that they originally had instead of equal or even more amounts. I don't know how the hell they used to do it, but it sucked. Now they're on the ground. You can shoot them, kill them, get your health on kill. Plus, as long as you are moving while shooting, you'll get damage reduction. We forgot to show mods. I think I just have a bunch of stamina health mods in right now. I believe I have one electronics mod. Yeah, one electronics health mod, and that's to get me enough electronics to unlock sustained. And then all of my performance mods are pulse critical hit damage. I'm gonna try out running skill power instead of health, but it's probably not gonna be a happy time. I think my build is pretty solid the way it is, and I don't really want to lose any more toughness, other than potentially on my backpack. I might drop that for crit damage. Who knows? Give it a try. See if I can still stay alive. But this build shreds in the Last Stand game mode. It is the only time I really felt like someone else was kicking my ass. They were using a DeadEye build as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if this build ends up getting nerfed. As far as how they would nerf this build, I think they would nerf the SVD, not the build itself. The SVD is really the root cause of how OP this build is, because you're able to move and shoot at medium range accurately and have all of the shots hit. It's just insane how effective this does, and just kills things so fast. So if you want to see it in use, I'm gonna edit up some clips here and put them into this video. If not, this is going to be the end of the build video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out other build videos and other Division stuff that we're going to be putting up on YouTube for this new 1.6 content. Thank you guys so much. Rip that guy. Rip that guy. Like a fucking freight train coming through here. Fuck your whole team.
Bravo's confirmed neutral. We've gone ahead.
Dude, this new health on kill that I have is nice.
Bravo's neutral.
But I revenged you.
Yeah, I have like no electronics.
Some PTS 1 and 2.
Need help in the alley.
Why? Some nasty men on that top.
Some nasty men.
Yeah. Not polite at all.
They're very rude young men.
Oh, I think he's wrong.
That's a victory.
We won!
G. Shoot with them loots.
I did 22. 21 finishes and 5 assists with a 19 kill streak. Good lord. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Oh, come on, Burger. Come on, Burger. Yes. Where's this guy at? Oh, hold on. I'll try to get you guys after this.
Behind the box. Cool.
It looks like the rest of the team is at Charlie.
Oh my god, this is a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Grabbing the point boost.
That shield's a little bit strong.
Fire is now live.
Stupid.
Bravo's confirmed.
Ah, it is what it is.
That had just hit the halfway point.
Fucking dumpster dumb.
You got him down. Now knock him out.
Thank you, Burger.
I wish he didn't skid to a stop. It's a bit BS.
Yeah.
Ah, bitch! Yes! Oh my god, there's so many of them here! Throw grenades! Throw grenades! Nice nades.
Don't forget you can shoot through canvas.
God, that was great.
Getting close to Mercy Rule territory.
Oh no, Mercy. That's a shame.
Oh yeah, you
That was
can
bad.
shoot through this canvas, can't you?
Yep. Just like a hacker.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh
you
my
take cover
god.
there, lads. You
This
take
is
cover there.
great!
I'll
Oh
pulse
my
you.
god! Oh, that's great.